Or do you get to be the one that's going to go and make the difference, whether you believe it or not? Both are just a context. One might empower you and rock your world. Did you get that? I know I'm speaking partly, using what you created for everybody. Do you guys get that? All right, awesome. Okay, so now we have a special guest. And she's still special no matter how many times you've seen her. She's still special. So let's welcome Sarah.
Hi. Hi. Are you guys scared?
No.
No, yes, kind of, sort of. So, especially when I come up, I would be so enrolling. You'd be like, wait, I want to do what? I never even knew that. That's awesome. So, I'm here to tell you about two things, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to be a little bit succinct, as much as I'd love to spend, like the rest of the evening up here in front of you. And one of them is about our special evening about the Landmark Forum. So it's not this coming Wednesday in 2 days, it's a week from this coming Wednesday. So how many of you have still not been to a special evening? Let me just see. Anybody not been to a special evening? What are you waiting for? These are like the best events ever. We bring a Landmark Forum leader in to be with you. And to have you bring the people in your life that haven't done the forum and that you can share the forum with them. Graduates love it, guests love it, everybody loves it. And guess what the theme of this special evening is? Well, you will love it. Does anybody actually know? Huh? Yep, we're creating 2018, Josh. So let's go ahead and bring up the posters because they're so fabulous. So what you're going to get as normal, you're going to get a poster. Well, it's not normal to get a poster, but this time you're getting a poster to really create 2018. And you'll get 2 tickets. We can give you more if you want, and you'll have a reservation card. So I'll be quiet while these lovely ladies of transformation pass these out. And you can go ahead and start filling out that card with your name and are you coming, because I'm going to ask for it back. If you need a pen, raise your hand and the production team will bring you one.
If we've already filled this out, it can be okay. Can we save you the paper and not?
Here's the so if you've already filled this out, then why didn't you yell out the dang theme, Ian?
Because I knew Josh was going.
Oh my gosh! We're just scared to say something in the seminar, and we haven't completed that authentic fear yet. So here's the deal. If you've already, so how many of you have already gotten this in your self-expression leadership program? Okay, fabulous. If you want to just pass it back, fine, you can do that. However, I do invite you to take it again. To give out tickets to more people, to give a poster to somebody else. And if you want to, and if you take more tickets, just write on there, take 2 tickets, but then you can write, I already filled out a card in my self-expression leadership program. And definitely, if you didn't turn in a card in your self-expression leadership program, for sure fill one out now and turn it in. So I'll give you a minute. And Susan Eckel is leading. It's January 17th is when the special evening is happening. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. The 17th.
27th.
It's all right. It's all right. We try to make it easy, but we can only do so much good. Oh, Shirley.
It's okay.
Good.
I'm used to it. We're all good. We're all good.
So for those of you who haven't heard, this next Wednesday night, the 17th, is all about creating 2018. And not just any kind of creating 2018, but really, how many of you would love to stand at the end of the year and look back at your year and say, holy cow, I'm a totally new person. How many of you would like that? Cat's like, yes, sign me up. So that's what this special evening is about, is you're creating 2018, not on top of the past, not from all the fears you've got, not from anything else except nothing and possibility. And putting yourself at risk, like at risk, to fill on what you're really committed to. So you've got a poster, you can fill it out, and the second half of this special evening, you will create with Landmark Forum Leader, your year. Which, there's no better place to do that, really, than with Landmark Forum Leader. We'll have an introduction for teens and young people, As always, we'll have some snacks in the beginning so people can socialize. It's like a party. It'll be fun. It'll be fabulous. So I request, even if you're in the SDLB, go ahead and fill out your card, send it in. Does anybody want more tickets? Raise your hand if you want more tickets. Oh, they don't really like sharing tickets with people, do they, Spencer?
No, we're stingy.
Stingy. Okay, great. So go ahead and pass in your cards, filled in with how many, and don't forget to write how many tickets you're taking. Okay, great. You can, once you've passed in your cards, you can put those under your chair if you like, so they're not taking up all the space on your lap. All right, cool. So the second thing I'm here to tell you about is what's called our Rise and Shine. Has anybody heard of the Rise and Shine before? A couple people. It's a very mythical thing. Oh, close, but not quite. So our Rise and Shine, we do it twice a year here in Denver. Not every single center does it. We only do it twice a year, and it is a singing orientation to the Introduction Leaders Program. So you're actually in the fourth weekend of the Introduction Leaders Program. You're with the entire Rocky Mountain region, Salt Lake City, Denver, Phoenix, New Mexico, Tucson, all over the place, people from other areas. And all the coaches of the program sing you a musical, walk through the spaces of the Introduction Leaders Program. So how many of you guys have heard about the Introduction Leaders Program? Okay, whether you've heard of it or not, whether you're scared about it or not, it's our leadership program, premier leadership program. You'll get all the details of that program when you come on Sunday morning. Okay, but it's a Sunday morning, 9 to 1, that's why I call it Rise and Shine, because nobody really wants to be out of bed at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, at least I never do. But you're gonna be hit with so much possibility and so much transformation, you won't be able to stand it. So we're gonna pass out to you in just a moment the purposes and the promises of the Introduction Leaders Program. You can read those through, you can take a picture of the flyer if you want to, and then we've got the date of the Rise and Shine, which is January 14th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You're gonna check a box, yes, you're coming, or you're gonna check a box, no, you can't make it, but call you anyway. If neither of those apply to you, you can say, no, I'm not interested, or I have to work it out, or something, and then put your name and phone number. So you get to find out about the Introduction Leaders Program. I'm not enrolling you in that right now. I'm enrolling you in seeing so much self-expression you can hardly stand it from singing on a Sunday morning, January 14th. Okay? Are you guys enrolled? Huh? They're the coaches of the Introduction Leaders Program. I sometimes make a joke that they're like highly trained people that we fly. No, we don't. We just take, we take the coaches, and they're mostly not fabulous, but they're so self-expressed. It literally makes you cry. Because they know they're not great, but they're still belting it out, you know? They don't have any reservation about looking good or failing. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pass those out to you guys. And this is another one I want back from every single person with your name, phone number, and something checked. And again, if you want to take a picture to save the information for yourself, you can. And if you do want another copy, we'll leave blank ones in the back for you to take with you when you go. So if everybody would fill out the bottom of that, check a box, or make up your own, and pass it on back. All right, anything else you guys need from me? All right, have a fabulous rest of your night. Thanks for letting me be here and share with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you not receive it? Did it? No. Did anybody not receive your postcard?
I haven't gotten mine, but my mail, have to go pick it up. What did you do?
I don't know. You got it the 27th? Okay. They might have your old address on file if you've got an old address.
We wrote our own addresses on it.
Put our own address.
Do you know your address? I don't. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Oh, God, that's awesome. That'd be all right. Okay. Where are we at in life? Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So we're now going to, gotta clear my throat for this one. We're now going to get into one of the most powerful distinctions of our work here at Landmark. The distinction, responsibility as a context for living life. Responsibility, the way we distinguish it as a possibility, is one of the most empowering distinctions of the work of transformation. Here at Landmark, we have a very specific way of distinguishing this. You know, there's an ordinary way that we hear responsibility when we're out in life and, you know, in our daily conversations, but we have something distinct. So normally when we hear responsibility, what do we hear? Obligation, or maybe there's a noise of burden.
Fault.
Fault, yeah, what else? Duty. Have-tos. Should. And maybe even on the other side of it, with responsibility, we hear, you know, credit. We're like, yeah, I'm responsible for this. So that's not what we're saying here. So we have a very particular way we're distinguishing this. So whatever you currently know about responsibility, I am inviting you to listen for a new possibility for yourself in this conversation. So in this conversation, we're going to take a transformed view of responsibility. In this conversation, you will have the opportunity to create a line of demarcation for who you're going to be in the future. I like how the air went out, right? It's a line of demarcation. All right, so under your seats is our assignment. Oh, I got it right here. Okay, so there's a brief summary of the key distinctions. So jump down to responsibility and read along as I generate this. So responsibility, are you guys all there? Responsibility begins with the willingness to be cause in a matter of one's life. Ultimately, it is a context from which one chooses to live. Responsibility is not burden, fault, praise, blame, credit, shame, or guilt. In responsibility, there is no evaluation of good or bad, right or wrong. There is simply what's so in your stand. Being responsible starts with the willingness to deal with the situation from the view of life that you are the generator of what you do, and what you have, and what you are. That is not the truth, it's a place to stand. No one can make you responsible, nor can you impose responsibility on another. It is a grace you give yourself, an empowering context that leaves you with a say in the matter of life. But we can't yet really have a conversation about being caused in a matter of life because for the most part, human beings live in a world of becauses. Human beings live in a world of because. The moment you say because, you are saying that something other than you is being caused in a matter of your life. You are giving something or someone else the power to say how your life is going. Then, what is happening in your life lives outside of any access for you. If you're living like what is happening is a function of some because, like this happened because of this, or this happened because of that, then you'll get stuck in a story about it. A never-ending story. And it's a never-ending story, and you don't have any direct access to anything because it's outside of you. So get present and look and see what are some of the major becauses in your life. So just raise your hand and share from your seat. Yeah, Brian?
It's not perfect.
Your life is not perfect because of what?
My work is perfect.
Oh. Could you stand up real quick? Let's say it, so what is the because? Your life is not perfect or your work isn't perfect because... Or were you saying your life's not perfect because of work?
No. No.
Okay.
My work's not moving forward because my work's not perfect.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
Okay.
just stepping through that fear of failure to get to the other side, right? Like
Yeah.
how many chances am I gonna be able to actually get a sale on a thing? If I'm not sending out the document, 0.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, good. So you're not making money because you're trying to make everything perfect, or you're not,
Yeah.
business isn't growing because, well, I'm not sending out the documents and I have to make it perfect. Like, very clear. Yeah, Amber?
I have a lot of good cousins for this one. So I've been wanting to take 4 classes instead of 3. And all of my cousins are because I have dyslexia, because I don't have the time, because I'm not capable,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm lazy,
Yeah.
because I don't have transportation.
Oh, yeah, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, very clear, very clear. What else? Yeah, Christine?
Because I'm tired.
And what's happening, what doesn't happen because of,
Because I need a minute.
yeah. So I mean, like, does that mean if we go throughout your day, most stuff that doesn't get done is because you're tired? Yeah, like that's like your go-to? Yeah, got it, got it. All right, let's have some new hands. I know we see a lot of the same hands. It's kind of the, I love all the other hands, but let's get some new hands. Like Mary, Lynn, what? Lindsay. Let's get Lynn. I see some of these other people. Oh yeah, you can. I know, I think I got fixated over there. Who else? Oh, Matt. Look at this. What's going on? What other hands can we get up? This is called shame. Shame. No, but really, let's have some others. It's a very good question. Yeah, Monica, thank you.
I mean, I was going to say, it sounds like it's optional, so that's what you're going to say, but I am. I was going to say, I always say that I just can't get anything done because there's just not enough time in the day.
Oh, yeah.
That's always my thing, is I just run out of time.
Yeah,
I don't have enough time.
yeah.
Always, and I think it's because I put too many things on my list.
Okay,
You know,
good.
I
So
keep
that too.
adding things. I get half the things done, I go, oh, yeah, I gotta do this,
Yeah.
gotta do this, gotta do this. So my list keeps getting longer, so I
Yeah.
said, I didn't have enough time to get done things I need to get done. Although I got a lot of things done.
Yeah.
Still, it's like not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's,
I have-
well, your list is so long and the time,
I got no time.
not enough hours in the day. It's just how life is. Can't get it done because of that. Yeah,
A
Kristen?
lot of times it's because I don't want to. Because
Oh.
I don't want to.
Okay, good.
I don't want to pay the bill.
Yeah.
But I'll wake up the next morning with a pin in my stomach because I didn't pay the bill.
Yep, yeah. All right, what else? What are some of the other? Yeah, Mandy.
Because nothing is easy.
And what doesn't get done because nothing's easy?
Things that maybe could have been done easily.
Yeah. But like what, but, and it's good, but what, like, make it real in your life.
Just like simple tasks, like calling clients that I know,
Mm-hmm.
have a history of causing other employees problems. So I'll put it off and just say, nothing is easy, I don't want to deal with it right now, because it's just not going to be a simple call.
Yeah,
So then I just,
yeah, very clear, very clear. All right, let's have one more. Who else? What's another because? Yes?
Because no one listens to me.
Okay, stand up.
Because no one listens to me, but then I realize I'm like, I didn't speak up. So how are they gonna listen to someone who's not talking?
Well, what's the problem, or what's the thing that doesn't happen because of?
So for me personally, it's like training at work.
Yeah.
I want more training from a lot more of our associates, but I'm not telling anybody that, so.
Yeah.
They're not listening.
Like, why would I speak up anyway? Nobody listens to me. Yeah. All right, perfect. So, now let's do this. Okay. So turn to the person next to you, and you want to really get this real in your life. So I know we got a lot of really good examples, you know, like the day-to-day, but look at some of your relationships. Look at some of the very important things, like maybe the things that aren't being said, you know, you normally don't deal with. You know, because look, we're in session 8. We've got a couple sessions left after this. And if you looked at any of the things that you came into the seminar that you wanted to accomplish, like I came in here and I thought by session 10 I'm going to, you know, have $6 million in the bank, you know, or I thought that I would have, my relationship with my wife would be like this, or with my husband would be like this, or I thought I'd be dating. You know, get present to whatever those are, and look at what is the because. Like, why don't you have those results yet? Well, because it's their fault. It's them, or it's impossible with them. So now get present to that. And then share with the person next to you and share what are your becauses. Let's see, do we have, okay, you got partners there. All right, perfect. All right, so take a minute each. All right, switch. Go ahead and switch. please wrap it up. Please wrap it up and acknowledge your partner. All right, let's try it one more time. Acknowledge your partner. Okay, so I want to have another quick conversation. So I know in our last session, 3 weeks ago, which I don't know if you remember, yeah, last year. Anyway, we talked about the advanced course, and you'd have an opportunity to register in the advanced course here if you haven't registered for the advanced course. And so part of that reason is, one, you've got a discount if you register during the seminar. And there's 2 different discounts. One if you pay a deposit, one if you pay in full, all of that. But given that I know we've talked about the advanced course quite a bit in here, I know a lot of people have shared, like almost every session somebody has shared something about the advanced course. And really my stand for you is, as graduates, you want to complete the curriculum. Like, you want to complete the curriculum. And you'll hear that from everybody, even a head nod from anyone who's completed the curriculum. You want to complete it. Now, and why I say that is because there's a distinct human being. Like, you could almost hear it in their speaking. Like, so, you could refer to it as, where are you at in your transformation? And there is a distinction between somebody who is a graduate of the Landmark Forum, a graduate of the advanced course, and a graduate of the curriculum. There's a distinct level of power. There's practice and the courage that it's taken to really do that. Now, so that's why my stand is, look, do everything. Like, do anything that comes. Like the Introduction Leaders Program Sarah talked about, do that, when you complete the curriculum. I'll tell you, every course I've done, then I will say, do that. There's not a single course I'm like, Like, no, they all rock my world. And everyone that I know has done that, and it's rocked their world. So anyway, you'll have an opportunity in just a few minutes that if you want to register for the advanced course, you'll have that opportunity. And then there's something else. Now, this is what we would normally create at our next session. I'll create that in a moment. The next advanced course is not till May. I think the one in February is full.
Very.
What's
Very full.
really? Oh, all right. It's the advanced course. Okay, so it is legitimately full. Okay, so May 11th is the next advanced course. All right, now the other thing that I want to create is, and this is very special, this is very unique, and I'll tell you why it's unique. And normally we would create this at the next session, the next seminars that you could do if you want to continue in the seminar program. Now there's a senior graduate seminar. And we haven't had one of these in 6 years. For few reasons, but now we've got, the reason is we haven't had enough seminar leaders. Now we've got enough seminar leaders, so we can now have this program. And so Sue Mullen, how many of you know Sue? I know you know her very well. Yeah. So she is the senior most seminar leader in Denver. She is she coaches all of us seminar leaders here in Denver. She's awesome. She's about this tall. And this powerful. Really, I've heard people, when they've walked up to her after a session, say, I didn't know you were that short. And it's because of the presence that she has. So the point is, or what I want to create is, we've got a senior graduate seminar, and it's a senior graduate seminar. One is, it's for people who have completed one seminar. Because you can see that it's taken a little bit to actually complete a seminar, to show up, to have that level of integrity to show up, to have that unreasonableness. I'm sure 7 out of 8 of the sessions, you were probably not excited to come or had, whatever internal dialogue. But you've got a mastery over it, so now we could go to this next level. And this is the Be Here Now seminar. So this is the very first Landmark seminar. It's completely redesigned, and this is the first time that it's being led. And Sue's the one leading it. Now, why I'm creating it now and not next session is because it starts during our seminar. So I know there's actually a few of you that are in that seminar. And who's in that seminar? I know you, and then I think Dan and Marianne are already registered. What's that? It's Tuesdays. So this next one, or this seminar, you have to be at session 1. It begins January 23rd, which is the day after our 9th session. So anyway, you'll have an opportunity, for those of you who I know, a couple of you are planning to register in the advanced course today, tonight, or tomorrow, and this is very sudden. So if you want to be in this seminar, you can take a flyer. We've got a flyer at the table, or you can register tonight, or work it out between now and the seminar before it begins to do it. Yeah, question?
Yeah, so we know somebody who did a seminar 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Can they still come to this seminar?
Yep.
Or if they did the forum 20 years ago and haven't done a seminar, then they can't do it, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you said Tuesday nights?
Tuesday nights,
That's the solution.
$150. I was thinking, is there a discount? Nope. Okay. Now, last piece that I'm going to create is the promise of this seminar is there's 4, how are we creating it? Okay, so there's 4 promises of this seminar. In this seminar, you'll be given a methodology for and the training to master being present, expanding your ability and capacity to experience your experience and to elevate your freedom to be in the world. Now, when we say master being present, that is even in those situations where you're having a conversation with somebody and you're already thinking about what you're going to say, you're not being present. Or somebody says something and you get hooked by it. You get upset. You have a reaction to it. You're not being present. And that's what we mean. And then in this seminar, you'll create a powerful access to who you are, really, and be left naturally owning and celebrating who you are and what you're up to in the world. And really, who you are. Like if I look at who I am with my daughter, I have full power. She's 16 months. Now, I don't have that same level of power of who I am with her in other situations. So it's expanding on that capacity. And then in the seminar, you'll discover the degree to which you are constrained by upsets and hampered in fulfilling on what you're up to by upsets, and will be given a methodology for and a training to master completing upsets. It's called the Mastering Upset Technology. And in this seminar, you'll dramatically expand your capacity and opportunities for contribution and making a difference, leaving you with a newfound sense of fulfillment and self-expression. So, my recommendation is if it works for you and you plan to do another seminar, or you don't have any structure to continue mastering your transformation, like you're not in a self-expression leadership program, or you're not in the advanced course in February or May, you want to be in this seminar. Now there's 2 other powerful seminars that we'll be creating at the next session, but this is a really cool, special, unique opportunity. So that's why we suddenly today we're like, oh, this is starting soon. We need to create it for you guys. So anyway, so we'll just take the next couple minutes. It's actually until 9:37 or 9:37. Still 9:35. I'm trying to read clocks. No, let's do until 9:33. Just take the next 5 minutes, and if you want to grab one of these flyers, there's a flyer on the table. If you want to register for this, go ahead and register. Or if you want to put your name down, because Sarah, when the staff member, not this Sarah, other Sarah, said there's 115 people registered so far and they cap it at 150. So if you want to be in a seminar, put your name down for it, then go ahead and put it there. And if you want to register for the advanced course, go ahead and do that. And then, you need to get water or whatever, go ahead and do that. And then let's meet back at 9:33. All right.
Everybody's asleep. And he just left. They're like,
I wasn't, what I said, I wasn't making a joke about saying I wasn't making a joke about yeah, when I said, I just wanted to make sure.
No, I'm not living out of my car.
Oh, I thought you said that you were giving like kind of a long meeting. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Dog walk. Is it, did you use that app?
No, so,
There's this app where,
So I think I already signed up, but I just wanted to make sure.
it's a dog walking app. Is that what you're using?
No, I something else.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But I go out to right around in like the Golden Triangle.
Yeah.
I'm walking around there.
Awesome.
I mean, I like he said,
So darn.
I'm making an effort to walking outside, exercise.
So can you guys come up some hours if there's, sorry,
It's all good. Go ahead. Make a bigger table.
Continue doing what you're doing here at the table, and then let's take our seats, please. Okay. So keep doing, if you're still there, keep doing what you're doing. You know, if you're at one of the tables. All right, so now go ahead and take out your assignment again. And so we'll go over the assignments. So your first assignment is to bring insignificance. And it's so funny, now I'm really present just from tonight, not completing the last piece. So for those of you who registered, those of you who put your names down and you took an action, let's acknowledge everybody. Okay, great. Now that's complete. All right, so assignment number 1. Your first assignment is to bring insignificance and empty and meaninglessness to the fear of failure by distinguishing the absurdity of it. Your second assignment is to start noticing all of your becauses and the grip they have on your life, and in the face of that, take action. And you really want to notice the grip, because these becauses are going to look totally real. Like there's legitimately not enough hours in the day. Like really, in reality, there's only 24 hours of what we call hours. There's only so many. And I operate at this speed, and or whatever, like, rationale we have with it. But with this, you're going to start to notice that there's so much of this that is not in reality. Or that you are not operating with a say in your life. This is really the distinction where you get to have a say. And like we said, and it's right there on your assignment, it's not the truth, but it's a place to stand. And there's no more powerful place that you could stand other than I have a say in how this goes. I am causing the matter of this. Not the circumstances, not this. Like, what else could I create? And then recommendation. So of all the distinctions that we've done so far in this seminar, so they're right there. Now, we had a recap call, and I think, there's 13 to 15 of you that were on the call by the end of the call, or throughout the call. And if there's a distinction that you just don't get, or you're unclear about, or you've got a yeah, but, how about, contact me, and we'll deepen that distinction. All right, now you're going to get into your groups. And if there's somebody here or there's only one or two of you in your group, I have no idea what the case is, but join another group, for this part of it. And in your groups, you're going to want to take a moment and get present to what you said at the earlier sessions. So maybe what you said when we did the because exercise of sharing with, I wanted to take this on, or I don't have this result because of this. You want to get present to those and share with your group what is that area, or maybe something new that you see now. And then which of those distinctions can you bring to that area that would make a real difference? Then you can also share what you're taking on next in that area. Like if you've got a result, well, what's next for you with that area? And then if you've accomplished everything, awesome. Now create something new. Because transformation is never done. All right, and then also support each other. Take the time supporting each other and keeping your promises, doing the assignments, being unreasonable. We've got 2 weeks, so you've got 2 group calls. How are you going to make them happen? How are you going to support the people that aren't here? How are you going to support each other from being reasonable? Like, you got the whole picture, so there's a lot of actions you could take, right? Yes? Yeah? Didn't know if we went into TV mode there. All right. And so you've got 20 minutes to meet with your group. I'm not going to complete us at 10 o'clock. So, when it's 10, go ahead and leave. Or if you want to stay a little bit after, go ahead. But I will see everybody in 2 weeks. Stand for the other people in your groups. And good night. Oh, you can pause.
Give an acknowledgement.
Yeah. No. No, I'm on pause, but I don't like the applause. I don't like the applause.
Are you looking for support for that? Okay.
In that case,
Not always.